Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of your OGR, as today is game 55 as the Edmonton Oilers went up against the Montreal Canadiens, and we walked away with a beautiful overtime winner with a beautiful goal there by Dominic Cahoon to give us the W with a 4-3 win once again over the Canadiens. This game was a pretty good game, honestly. Dominic Cahoon, like the player that I was just talking about, had an amazing game up on that top line with McDavid and Puljujärvi. We're going to get into that line after we're done kind of reviewing everything. We're going to talk about Tyson Barrie and Darnell Nurse once again. Ryan McLeod, we're definitely going to be getting into him a little bit as well. And Kyle Turris played in this game, which I was not impressed by. Yeah, he still looks like a bum and still looks really bad out on the ice. He looks like a AHL type player playing out there with the Edmonton Oilers. And he was playing alongside Draisaitl and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. And I was like, in the back of my head, I was like, I know he's probably not going to do any good. But I was like, maybe there's a hope that he does transition his game and he becomes like, huge for the playoffs. But, my dreams are definitely not going to come true with Kyle Turris because he still looks like garbage out there, and he didn't play too well with Draisaitl and Nuge, and was definitely missing Yamamoto alongside of him. Anyways, let's get into the game as, of course, Mr. Cole Caulfield got the first goal of the game against the Oilers with his fourth goal of the season, starting everything up for the Canadiens, and this was not a good start. We practically gave the puck to Cole Caulfield, and he absolutely buried it, and give it a second. You guys comment down below on who gave this goal to Cole Caulfield. Was it Darnell Nurse? Was it Tyson Barrie? Or was it Ethan Bear? Oh, wouldn't you know it? It was Tyson fucking Barrie. He handed the puck right to Cole Caulfield. Wow! Oh my god, and somehow he's still on the top pair, and it makes absolutely no sense to me. I am still baffled. Absolutely baffled every time I watch Tyson Barrie out there and he does stuff like this, where he just basically hands the puck to Cole Caulfield. Hands it to him. Absolutely freebie. I know it says unassisted, but it should definitely be assisted by Tyson Barrie because he legit handed it to Cole Caulfield. And just his defensive play, I don't know how you do not look as a defenseman. He just legit, he got the puck and he's like, woo! And then he's like, oh no, what did I just do? What did I just do? I just handed the best player, a guy that has a lethal shot. I just handed that puck to him. Absolutely joke of a play by Tyson Barrie, and I cannot believe he was. I just can't believe he's still even out there with Darnell Nurse. I can't explain how much I actually miss Ethan Bear and Darnell Nurse playing alongside of each other, man. I miss that pair so much because right now, what I'm seeing between Barrie and Nurse is just two horrible defensemen. Well, not Darnell, but one horrible defenseman just carrying everything down. Otherwise, we did fight right back with a beautiful goal there by Alex Chiasson with his 9th goal of the season. And we're starting to see a little bit of depth scoring here by the Edmonton Oilers. Of course, Chiasson got 2 points tonight, one on the power play and a 5-on-5 goal too. And we've been seeing a little bit of depth scoring from that McLeod-Neal Chiasson line, which I've actually been really enjoying. The other line I'm not too enjoying is the Shore Archibald Carl line. They have just not been buzzing lately, and they keep getting horrible analytics. Every single game, they look like absolute trash. I cannot believe how Tippett's still keeping that line together. I'd rather see Ennis and Archibald together, and then maybe even Gaetan Haas in the lineup as well, because Haas can kill penalties. It can't just be Kara. I mean, how much time did Kara? A 120 on the PK, and that's the biggest reason why Kara stays in the lineup is because he's a big PK guy. But honestly, what is Devin Shore doing to this lineup? Nothing. He has been absolutely doing nothing these last couple games. And same with Kara. He's been absolutely useless for this team as well. And I would even go as far to say Archibald has been useless as well. The only thing that lineup does is hit. And that's all it does, and that's all it generates, and that really doesn't generate any goals for. Doesn't do very well defensively, and we've been seeing that over the past couple nights. They just have not been looking very well for the Edmonton Oilers. And if we want to have a better depth, Tyler Ennis is the way to go, and I want to see him playing in that 4th line or even the 3rd line. I would really like to see Ennis maybe even alongside of McLeod. That would be my dream, is Archibald, McLeod, and Ennis. That would be my dream 3rd line, and then have Neal Chiasson playing alongside a Haas. That would be my dream, but, you know, Tippett, I don't know if he's really going to give us that. But the chase on McLeod-Neal line, they've been producing. I've been liking what I'm seeing, and McLeod's playing an amazing game over these past couple games. He played 14-27, and he had another amazing game for the Edmonton Oilers. I mean, just the guy's stride, just about everything that McLeod does out there is just so impressive. And this is actually his 10th game of the season, and so far, with this, the things that I've been seeing from Ryan McLeod have been absolutely amazing. I've been loving every single moment that I've been seeing of Ryan McLeod on that ice, from his skating, from his shot. I haven't really seen too much of it. The way he passes the puck, I mean, the guy passes like an absolute beauty. He had a couple great passes there on the power play that could have ended up being goals. And I mean, that's just the way that Ryan McLeod plays. And I love that we actually now have a third line centerman for this team. And I would love to see Tyler Benson come up from the AHL as well. But we are going towards the playoffs, and we should be seeing those guys next year, because without a doubt, the way that Ryan McLeod is playing, without a doubt, I think Tyler Benson would do that exact same thing coming into the lineup if he was implemented. I remember when he was playing alongside of Riley Seahan and Archibald, and how good Benson was playing. He just wasn't generating very much points, didn't get a chance to stay in the lineup, and got sent back down to Bakersfield. I really do believe Benson deserves a chance as well, but Ryan McLeod's been doing great alongside of Chason and Neal, and it's been so far a great line. I can't wait to see what they do in the playoffs. The Nick Suzuki scores a shorthanded goal there for the Montreal Canadiens with his 14th goal of the season. And then right on the power play, Nuge buries his 16th of the season. It was a beautiful shot by him, assisted by Perry, who tied up Adam Fox for most points as a defenseman. He actually took the lead with an overtime point there in the last couple minutes there. And then Leon Draisaitl got his 31st of the season on the power play, as well as McDavid kind of squeaked it through Premu, and then it was just all over the place on the ice, and then it got pushed to Leon Draisaitl, and he rifled it right in the back of the net. And then Nick Suzuki tied the game up with his 15th, and it was kind of a misplay there by the Oilers as well. Jones tried to bat it out, but he just, I don't know what happened. He bobbled it or something and handed it right to Nick Suzuki, and, well, Suzuki buried it in the back of the net for his 15th of the season. Well, actually gave it to Cole Caulfield, and Caulfield made a beautiful pass over to Suzuki for his 15th. And then on the overtime, Dominic Kuhn with 27 seconds in, he scored his 9th of the season with a beautiful assist by Leon Draisaitl, setting him up for a beautiful dangle. But yeah, Dominic Cahoon had a great game alongside of Connor McDavid and Jesse Puljujärvi. They didn't actually play a lot of minutes. That line actually kind of got a break. McDavid only played about 15 minutes. The Leon Draisaitl line actually played a decent amount. Draisaitl had the most ice time there with 21, but I mean, the guy's used to it, playing that amount of minutes, and I imagine he's going to get a lot less on Saturday, while McDavid will probably get a bit more, probably around 18. You'll probably 18, 19 minutes you'll probably see McDavid get, while Draisaitl will probably have a bit less minutes, unless they just play the depth, which is something that we might see on Saturday, and we might just be talking about depth players a lot throughout the game, most likely what it will be on Saturday. But this was a good game against the Montreal Canadiens. It was an entertaining one. It was a fun one to watch. I really don't got very much else to say. That, you know, the Barry Nurse pair needs to be broken apart. They have not been looking very good. And I hate the pair so damn much. I want Bear so bad alongside a Nurse, but they're just not doing it, and it's annoying. The Kulikov-Larson pair, they're good too, but they need a puck-moving guy alongside of that, alongside of them, because they look so rough trying to get that puck out of the ice. And then Mike Smith played a decent game. He was looking a bit rough, especially in the first period. He was looking a bit rough, so I hope that he could bounce back, especially going towards the playoffs. I'm hoping he doesn't go back into his last year's self, because if he does, the Edmonton Oilers are not going to be going very far in the playoffs, without a doubt. Otherwise, you got to break up the fourth line, like the third line, like the top six. Really been enjoying the top six. That Cahoon, McDavid, Puljujärvi line's been great. Same with the dry line, that's been great, except for Turris. He was kind of a bum, but everything else has been great. I don't got too much to talk about in this meaningless game between the Oilers and the Canadiens. It looked like a bit of an exhibition game between these two teams. They were just going back and forth, and it was an entertaining game. At least we got to see a couple good goals, and it was a good game. But for right now, guys, I'm going to end the video here. I'm excited to see. Also, I haven't really talked about, but we will be facing the Winnipeg Jets in the first round of playoff action. Practically my second favorite team. So this should be a very fun series, as it got confirmed yesterday as the Jets beat out the Canucks. They clinched the third spot. So we'll be facing them instead of the Canadians, which I don't mind. I'd rather be facing the Jets. They've been struggling over the past little bit. They did look like they got their ass in gear, which is good to see there for the Jets. But I would like to see the Oilers kick their ass. That's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm predicting. I'm hoping the Oilers will win that series in 6. I'm going to say that right now before my prediction video even comes out. But I imagine the Edmonton Oilers going to 6 games and winning the series in 6 games against the Jets. But, I mean, I could totally be wrong. We've been doing pretty good against the Jets all regular season long, but we'll have to see how well we'll do once it hits playoff time. It's going to be an exciting matchup. But for right now, guys, I'm going to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys all in the next OGR. Adios, amigos.